like to greet all of my family and friends with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Tonight is April the 15th, 2019, the time being about 8:06 p.m. What I want to address right now to all of my subscribers. According to YouTube, I have 232. Some of them is enemies, some is friends, and some are people that's just curious. But anyway, what I want to say tonight is, you got those on Facebook that said that they got me shut down off of Facebook. That's a lie. Now, since I've been off of Facebook, since April the 10th, these same individuals, some of y'all know him by one of them, they call themselves Gutta, G-U-T-T-A, Red, R-E-D-D. Some of y'all call him Nigel Easton. Now, Nigel Easton or Nigel Easton, whichever one you want to call him, him and his crony Boyce and their other crony, what do they call him, lunatic, Dip Chip or Chip Dip, Antwan Williams. They tell y'all something that I'm gonna show y'all so you can look for yourself. They tell you that I'm a predator. They tell you that I'm a rapist. Now, Nigel has come from Facebook, since I shut that down, to my YouTube channel, telling people that I'm a child molester. Now, I'm gonna show you how much these individuals lie. You follow what I'm saying? And some of these people in this town of Charleston, Missouri, that know me, notice anything that they're saying is not true. But now, they have a thing that they call a sex offender list. And they have all type of sex crimes. 19 years ago, the now chief of police, Robert Hearns, and one of his officers, Beth ACAP, put a false misdemeanor charge on me, which put me as a sex offender. It had nothing to do with having sex. It had nothing to do as being a sexual predator. It had nothing to do with rape. It had nothing to do with any physical contact at all with a female. None whatsoever. Now, this is what I'm gonna have you to do now. Those of y'all that's believing what they say and what some of the other people say. They'll show you a picture saying sex offender. But there's nowhere on there, when you study, look for yourself, look it up for yourself, they'll never show you where it says sex offender, a rapist, sex offender, a sexual predator. You see what I'm saying? They would tell you none of those. They wouldn't tell you that a sex offender is a child molester. You see, if I was any of them, a judge wouldn't have gave me custody of my children. If they feel that their mother wasn't fit, they would have ended up giving it to somebody else. But who did the judge give it to? Me. Now these individuals that's talking this here, now that's one lie that I'm showing you. All you got to do is look it up. And see, they ain't telling you now, 19 years later, this same case is going up in front of a judge next month. See, they'll tell you one thing But what you have to do, you have to study it for yourself. You see what I'm saying? David Robertson in Sykes, Missouri, was convicted of a murder that he didn't do, but it took him 18 years of being incarcerated in the penitentiary for a higher court to show that he was falsely accused. You see, I went to trial with mine, but I trusted a public defender who, after my case, turned prosecutor. There was no evidence of nothing of me doing a crime, but I was going up against people like I'm going up against now. You see what I'm saying? Nigel Easton, Barry Boyce, Antwan Williams, lunatic, the one with the blonde wig on his head. But see, one thing about it, that's one lie once you do some investigation. Nigel Easton told y'all that he did some math. He can't spell, so how he gonna do math? Concerning my dad, Lincoln School, and also my dad being a World War II veteran. He said it's no way possible. Now what I want y'all to do to see that he's a liar and a mess starter, far from a leader, far from anybody that God done called to bring unity in Charleston, Missouri. Now you check downtown and ask the people, is my daddy a honorably discharged World War II veteran? And I tell you what they gonna tell you, that he is. That's two lies. They told y'all, Barry Boyce and Nigel Easton told y'all, this is their family property. They told y'all that they was kin to the Barnes. Look it up, check. Barry Boyce or Nigel Easton don't have a drop of Barnes in them. Nigel Easton has a granddaughter by one of the Barnes' daughters. Barry Boyce, one of his relatives, married a Barnes, but Barry Boyce don't have an ounce of Barnes blood in him. Nigel Easton don't have an ounce of Barnes blood in him. That's another lie that they told y'all. You see what I'm saying? They told y'all I don't pay rent. How would they know whether I'm paying rent or the house was given to me or not? Because they don't know who I deal with. Tell them to prove. They told y'all that they was gonna have me put out. But they begged to let me stay in because of my children. If y'all believe that, y'all believe that somebody brought the Brooklyn Bridge. These guys is liars. These guys is mess starters. These guys have other guys telling y'all that they the dream team that God put together to bring Charleston together. Ain't no legitimate people. Let me show you how much that I know that God ain't sent them. These people talking about them the ones to bring Charleston back together. On March the 23rd, 2019, right on the corner of War House and Vine Street, they claim that God called them to do a unity march. Now follow me. Now when they had this so-called unity march, they started in this street right here. When they started in this street, how many people did y'all see in that so-called unity march? I'll give you a hint. You might have seen 10 children. And I guarantee you those 10 children, all them children wasn't from this neighborhood. You know why? Because God ain't called them to do no unity march. And most of the people in this neighborhood don't even consider themselves don't have no dealings with these people. But now, a unity march that he said, Nigel Easton said, we got black and white in the unity march. You would look at that video and I would tell you, you won't see not one white person unless he consider himself white because he light-skinned. You won't see no legitimate law enforcement official nor no legitimate leader in that video. You know why? Because God ain't called them. That's another lie. You see what I'm saying? Now, if God called them, we'll just forget about on January the 30th, 2019, Barry Boyce and Nigel Easton was on the corner of my house harassing me and frightening my children. We'll just forget about that and say, hypothetically speaking, God called them to do a unity march on March the 23rd, 2019. Then, right before that, here he is, Barry Boyce getting on his live for 14 minutes saying that he gonna come in my yard and snatch me up and kill me if I mention his name. I'm mentioning it now, but we still waiting on him to come. He ain't came. That's a lie. You see what I'm saying? All you got to do is look at everything that they say concerning me. Look it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself, and you will see what they saying ain't true. But you know, what I want to do tonight is, I want to thank all the black and white people here in Charleston, Missouri, especially in Charleston, Missouri and everywhere else, but especially in Charleston, Missouri, for not accepting what they saying about me, because y'all know it ain't true. All you got to do is look it up, and you'll see. I ain't considered no rapist. I ain't considered no pedophile. I ain't considered no sexual predator, and I'm not considered a child molester. None of those. You see what I'm saying? None of those. My case was a misdemeanor sexual misconduct, which it has nothing to do with no physical. And that conviction was a lie. 19 years later, I'm going up to the courts next month concerning it. But that's just to show you how much they lie. And then they got people, a couple of people in this neighborhood. I've been down here 23 years. Before and after they put this case on me, there's females that would vouch. They allowed me to watch their children while they either went to work or they went to college part-time, and none of their daughters never said I did anything to them. Now, they'll tell you I'm a danger to my children, but it's a danger to their children what they study doing to me, because I'm accepting what they doing and I'm going the right way. I ain't got out there and killed them like somebody else might do if they do them like they doing me. I'm going the legal way. You see, what is taking so long is you got certain police officers that allowed them to get away with things they doing. If you notice, none of my family and friends ain't got on their Facebook page or their YouTube page. All you got to go on is Nigel Easton YouTube page. It's up under Gutter Red. That's GUTTAREDD TV. And you will see what type of individual he is. One day he make a YouTube video coming up and down Vine talking about Charleston, Missouri made me. All he talking about is calling women bees and whores, talking about gang banging, drug dealing, and shooting and killing. Then he come back 6 months later and make a YouTube video with Arthur Cassell, his mother. Both of them claim to be preachers, standing by a casket, ain't said a word, just shaking their head as he try to rap. His rap is like he got a frog in his throat. You can't understand what he's saying, but it ain't making no sense. It ain't about peace and unity. All you got to do is just look at his YouTube video. What he is, he jealous of me. I ain't trying to run nothing in Charleston. I done filed lawsuit for people in Charleston. I done did all I can, but now I'm taking up for my family, and they see that's a crime. And anybody that's in their circle that said that they gonna be leaders that bring stuff back here in Charleston, Missouri, you can't make the mass of people believe that. Go to the courthouse and tell them. Go to the legitimate police and tell them that. You can't. You see what I'm saying? Anybody that's old school and know about the boomerang, when you throw it, it comes back. You see what I'm saying? Malcolm X was fighting against individuals just like these individuals there. When you seen him with that AK-47 in his window, opening his curtain up, it wasn't for the Ku Klux Klan. White people even say what they just did on March the 9th, or April the 9th, 2019, down the street from my house. White folks said that's just like Ku Klux Klans used to do blacks back in the day. Hey now. Doing good. I'm just letting, you know, people, some people making everybody think that I'm a rapist, but I know you know.
No,
I know it. You know, I've been here too long for that, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it. Y'all see what I'm saying? See, this what they don't like. They come on our end of the town. I showed y'all in the video before. You see what I'm saying? They went over 15. Cut it off.